We got a 1, a 2, a 3, and a hey now, Metal Mike coming at ya. What is the date? April 29th, 2025. Can you believe it? The years and days are flying by. Another day, another hour, another minute, another second. Blast. Hey now, Metal Mike coming at ya. It is, what day today? Tuesday? Taco Tuesday, eh? I wanted to show you an item I picked up for my collection today. I run an ad locally for purchasing items, of course, for my private collection. And so this item came in today, and I want to share it with you because it's very cool. I also wanted to touch base on some other things. The comments on the videos, there are more heavy metal videos coming up, believe me. I'm just trying to fire up my memory as well when I have stories about specific shows or bands, and then of course even reviewing older albums and such that I feel are important to be sought out for your heavy metal vinyl collection, cassette, whatever it may be, whatever format is great for you. Even CDs, right? Those are coming back at this point. They've been abandoned, very similar to how vinyl was when the compact disc came out. People dispersed and got rid of their vinyl collections, and now with this resurgence of vinyl over the last, I would say, 15 years, it's just been a steady climb. And now, you know, they want to say that there's a resurgence, but this has been going on for quite a while. And a lot of people have emptied out their CD collections, and they're obsolete with Bluetooth, etc., etc. So, compact discs, I believe, are the sleeper that are, if not already, taking off again in sales. With that being said, thanks Mike, son of Bones, for the comments on the video. I really appreciate that. It's very heartfelt. Jackson and Sycamore, I mean, I grew up in the area right there by the cemetery, Jackson. My grandma lived over there. My grandparents are buried there. Your father, amazing. You had also mentioned, when am I ever at the shop? Well, I'm typically only there, sometimes only once a month. I go in and stock my booth and leave. I'm not involved with the sales and the handling of it. I just have a booth there, and then I do the video to help promote the shop. That's an agreement that I have with the shop. So I'm not there a lot. So, you know, with my life, I'm very strapped for time. So I'm usually just in and out. You mentioned also about those, the wood bird, the old drawer fronts with the, I think there's one at the shop right now, unless someone's purchased it. And don't fret, I think I've got like 4 or 5 more. So if you go there and for some odd reason it's gone, I can get you another one. And your dad was great. I really do. There's so much more I could touch on your father, Bones, from Rice Street, but that'll be a whole nother separate video. I can go more in depth about the history from what I remember, and that's in the 1980s. You know, that's really my time period on Rice Street. Whoosh, rounding it all back. Hey now, appreciate anyone watching. So I run an ad, and I buy things for my private collection. Today I scored a German World War II Luftwaffe helmet. I believe it's an M35 with the liner, and it's a droop tail, and it's really cool, and I just wanted to show it to you. So that's what we're going to focus on right now. So I'm going to spin this camera around, drop it down, and hopefully the lighting will be pretty decent right here, and we'll be able to have a nice little look over of it. So I love this. So I got this from a gentleman today. He contacted me. I'm going to see, I'm trying to look through the camera at the same time. Look at that beautiful color. You can really see some apple green there. At least it looks that way through the crack. I'm watching through the camera, this old flip camera. It's a small size. It's a Q64. 64 is one of the smaller sizes. 62 is another small size. As a collector, you know, the most sought after ones are sizes 66 and 68. So you say, well, where would that be on a helmet, Mike? That's typically right here on a helmet. There will be a little number, and so right here, I'm just trying to look through this camera. This is kind of difficult. There's a Q64 right here. And you can see a lot of the liner is eaten out here in the front, but it still has the chin strap, and it's not cracked or broken, amazingly. I will be looking later to see if there is anything as far as markings on it, But so with the decal, and you say, why is it called a droop tail? Well, you see that tail right there. This is the first eagle. They changed this eagle. I'm not specific or enough informed to quote myself right now and say something wrong. But this, anyway, the tail is dropped. The later ones, the tail was more straight out, I guess, would be the difference. But a nice little piece for my collection. I'm stoked. You know, and I said, you know, there's always a story, right? And you know what I really have grown to love is the not a story, just the truth. You know, just where did it come from? So I said to the guy, I go, can I ask, where'd you get the helmet? He said, well, my buddy had it in his garage, which I love to hear, right? But what made it great is this guy was a chimney repairman. He does mason work with bricks, etc. If you know mason work, of course, you know then they work with bricks and whatever. But yeah, so he had fixed his, he had done a repair on his friend's chimney. And he's like, I guess they were closing out the deal, and he said, throw the helmet in, and the guy threw the helmet in, and so then I purchased the helmet from him, and you know, I'm pretty stoked. He said that his buddy had more military stuff, so we're going to see if we can connect later on. I told him that he could send me pictures of the items, and then I could tell him what I would pay for them. And then if he thinks that there's any room for him to make any money, then he could acquire them and sell them to me. So that you never know what can pop up. That's what's really cool, that this stuff is still out there. You know, I really want to encourage people with the garage sales. It seems so simple, and but just asking someone. These things are sitting in garages, basements, and they are out there. Don't be fooled. You know, they're rare, obviously, but they are out there. There were so many sent home by the veterans after World War II. So many. They sent them home left and right. Send them in the mail. You know, you find the older ones, they got the stamp affixed right to the top of the helmet, which is great. You've seen that a lot more in World War II. To be honest, I don't think I've seen a World War II one like that in my own possession anyways. Yet. That would be really cool to find something like that. I love it when they use the old medical tape. They'd put them on the top of the helmet and then just write on it. And it's really cool. I've got some World War I helmets that are like that. Let me see if I've got one close by. I have a feeling I do. And I do. So this is World War I. And you can see how that tape is affixed right to the top. And there's the stamps, and there is a name written on there. Minnesota too, Duluth, Minnesota, mailed. And that's how they'd mail it. It would just come like this. The postman would deliver it. That is one of my primo pieces. So everyone, keep hunting, keep picking, keep junking. Another day, right? So blessed. Peace, positive energy, peace and love to everyone.